you know what the problem is? I think my microphone was actually set to laptop.
Your microphone's so much better now because earlier I could hear so much.
Why did you not tell me that?
I didn't know whether it was because of the room where you are.
Why did you not tell me that? I've just realised that my microphone has not been on this microphone. It has been on the other one. I cannot believe.
You can't tell how hairy we are over audio. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe they can, I don't know.
Wait, the title is Tash My Guy, so maybe they can.
And we've said we're Albanian, so that kind of
like, yeah,
in there. You know what I mean? It's all packaged.
By the age of 13, I had a full on Tash.
Yeah, you better believe it. I had the first beard in my school, bro. I set the trend. I like to think in my school.
At school, like, we remember at college. We were at college, and this girl was like, "How old is he?" And I was like, "Oh, that's my mate Laurie." She was like, "He looks 30." I was like, "He's younger than us," like, because you were the year below. Remember?
I was, yeah. Well, a couple of years.
A couple of years, 2 years.
Yeah,
no, yeah. I can't.
No,
remember.
yeah. That's
and
right.
he was like, he's. As he said, I was like, "Nah, bro, he's not 30. He's just got those Albanian genetics." Like, but he's got a full beard. Obviously how that.
Better believe it. I set the trend, bro. I set the trend with that shit. Like, I don't care what anyone else says. And now everyone's got beards.
It wasn't Dan Bilzerian, bro. It was you.
Exactly. No, screw. That guy wasn't even. Bro, that guy wasn't even around when we were around. You know what I mean?
He was trying to buy Bitcoin for 20p.
Damn. Okay, I think he probably had the better options at that point. To be honest, you know what I mean? Why would we grow beards? Why are we trying to grow beards and the guys out here buying Bitcoin with 20 pence? Come on, man. Shit. That would have been. That would have been such a different reality.
Do you remember that time when Bitcoin came out? We're at college, I think, and everybody was like, "Oh, there's this new cryptocurrency." Do you remember it all? Did that ever phase into your? Oh, man, that came into my social circle as well. Like, a couple of the lads who we played footy with were like, "Oh, Bitcoin."
That early on.
No, I remember it. They were like, "Oh," I was like, "It's a pyramid scheme. It's a pyramid scheme." Nobody, and they were like, "Oh, I'm going to invest a little bit," because I remember 50%. That's what I said. I remember, honestly. I was like, "Oh, I just scam trying to get your money for 20 pence. You might as well give it to the homeless crackhead who's like, 'Excuse me, mate, we've got 20p."
And then that bastard bought 20 pence worth of Bitcoin. That was a millionaire.
Now look at him. Now I'm asking him for money.
Oh shit! Honestly, that. Do you know what? That makes me glad that we do this podcast so we can express these feelings, because these are very deep buried feelings. You know what I mean? Of like, of college days where it's like, when you think back and you think, damn, why was I doing this shit I was doing when I could have been doing that other shit that made other people a lot of shit? Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I understand 100%.
Just unbelievable.
Hindsight is a wonderful thing.
Hindsight.
And you're like,
I want to marry that shit.
Why did I do that?
Honestly, unbelievable. But anyway, Rick, we
know why we're here.
Yeah, we know why we're here. Sorry about the ramblings ons and all that stuff. But obviously, Premier League weekend, game week 7 just happened, and I thought it was quite interesting. There was some decent games going on, some good performances all around, and I'm not just talking about my team, and some bad performances all the way around as well, and Man United and Spurs. But we will get to that in due time. Firstly, right, I would like to, if you don't mind, Rick, I would like to start with my team. Right.
You're wearing the Cabroski, so do it.
Oh shit! Yeah. Well, can you see the logo? Can you see the logo? You can see that.
Yeah, I love it.
It's not polished yet, bro. It's not polished yet. It's going to be all bling.
You're going to do that in May, 30th of May.
100%. Yeah, not 30th of May. 6th of November, bro. When I go down to San Siro.
Oh, right. Oh, my boy. You're going to San Siro for? You remember saying you're going to watch Arsenal?
Champions League, yeah. Into versus Arsenal, bro. Yes, bro. Another benefit of being Albanian, a lot of them are Inter fans and they are fan club members. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, I'm an Arsenal member where I can get not priority tickets, but I can get access to tickets. He's the same. So obviously, as soon as they popped up, boom. You just send the email. I was like, I'll do that. I'll do that. So I'm taking my dad.
I'm all over that.
I'm taking my dad though, and the tickets are crazy expensive now, because
really?
My wife's brother wanted to go, but then there was some sort of miscommunication at the time of buying the ticket. So obviously I bought the tickets, and then it was like, oh, I didn't realize that Lawrence was actually going to buy them, because she's not going. So he thought, oh well, he's probably not going. I'm like, I bought the tickets, bro.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So yeah, it was a bit of that sort of situation. But now when you look now with like €360 or something, where it's like, damn, I only paid like €68 each.
€68 each.
€68 for 2 tickets.
Wow, quality.
In the interstands, obviously.
Of course.
Standard. So I have to triple layer myself with my Arsenal top on. Any shades of red. Any shades of red, it doesn't matter whether it's Arsenal or AC Milan, which is obviously my other team.
You're getting your head kicked in.
Exactly. So my wife said exactly the same. Do you know what she used? Exactly those words. Exactly those words. She said, if you wear an AC Milan top and the interstand supporting Arsenal.
Either way, you're going to get... Yeah, let's leave it down, bro.
But it's going to be, I don't know, I'm excited because it's a dream, and obviously I know you're a football fan as well.
100%.
It's San Siro in it at the end of the day. I couldn't say no to that. So, yeah, it's going to be...
It's a bucket list, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bucket list. Yeah, I can definitely take that off. It would have been just that cherry on top of the cake if it was AC Milan versus Arsenal in the Champions League.
Vegas can't be choosers.
The way that team is going right now, I really don't want to see them. So, you know what I mean? I'm still thinking of the Shevchenko days and the Nesta and the Maldini days. So those days have definitely gone. But yeah, it's going to be exciting, and I'll probably get some sort of maybe some sort of recordings put up or some shit. I don't know.
100%.
Why the hell not? You know what I mean? Exactly. Yeah, I'll be supporting Arsenal under my breath. So... yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting.
It'd be interesting to know if you jump up with the rest of the fans when Inter score, or if Inter score. Will you stay seated, or will you just have to blend in and get your acting skills up? Get your secondary school drama lesson skills coming in and go yay!
I'm gonna stand up when they all stand up, but I'm gonna just check my chair. Do you know what I mean? Just sort of stand up and then just go, oh, okay.
I'm up, because I've got a reason to be up. Something
exactly. So, but if they do that, if there's got 3-4 goals, if there's got 3-4 goals, that doesn't pay off, does it? It's why don't you celebrate? Why are you always checking your chair?
Yeah. Let's hope there's no eagle eyes amongst them.
I just said to them, it's my lucky chair. This is why Inter's called fall, because I've been cleaning my chair. I've been keeping it clean, bro. But anyway.
Phone ready as well to do Google Translator.
Oh, 100%.
How's it Italian?
It's very, very rudimentary Italian, as in I can understand more than I can speak. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things. So, but anyway, I'm gonna be I'm hopefully gonna rely on my dad. Maybe he remembers a bit of Italian, and he can just sort of be the buffer. Do you know what I mean?
Love it.
But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I'm excited. But anyway, back to the Premier League. My team, did you watch any of the matches, by the way, before we actually get into it? Did you catch any?
I watched my team. I didn't catch anything else, to be honest with you. I didn't watch nothing else.
Match of the day, anything like that?
I saw a little bit of match of the day. I saw what did I see? Because your team, who was first on match of the day? Was it you? Or was it City?
We were third. City was second, I think. I can't remember who was first.
Who was first?
Can't remember. Whatever the more exciting game was at that point. But I'm pretty sure
Brentford Wolves. I think it was Brentford Wolves because they finished 3-2. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think it was that one then. Yeah. And then City, Fulham, and then Arsenal. But I mean, look. If you get a chance, just do watch match of the day. It was quite interesting. Watching that team, it's been pretty much the same. You know what I mean? The same sort of story in the last few matches where it's okay, we struggle a little bit, defend really well, and then just catch them on some sort of counter or a little bit of a break. You know what I mean? A bit of sort of brilliance from certain players, and manage to scrape a win. But I don't think. Do you remember the Unai Emery days when Arsenal had the 22 game unbeaten, and it was oh my god, but the performances were just the worst anyone has ever seen.
Yeah, I remember you spoke about this before. Yeah,
do you know what I mean? That was genuinely a scrape. Whereas now it feels it's sort of okay, we're missing a couple of players maybe, or just that one player, just in Martin Odegaard to sort of organise it a little bit better in the midfield, but. I think with him absent, I think they've just done excellent. And Trossard, by the way, what a... Can we just take a moment for Trossard, considering who he was up against at that particular point in time? Do you know what I mean? Who Arsenal, in terms of the choices that they had. It's just incredible how he has turned out. And obviously, when you talk about Mudryk, it's not even, you know what I mean? It's not
even the same conversation anymore, bro.
It's not.
The only thing is, it's you went. The only time you use them two in the same sentence is we wanted Mudryk, he went to Chelsea, we got Trossard. It's the only time you use the conversation. The two, it's it was a world apart, man. They are literally worlds apart. They're so far from each other that Mudryk is just a blonde dot to Trossard. You can't even see him.
Yeah. The line is a dad to you.
He's so far behind. He's so far past. It's different footballers. No, I appreciate him. I like him. He's a decent footballer. No, I like him a lot. I like him a lot to the point that I think, why didn't we go for him instead of we went for this guy?
Yeah. I mean, this obviously, look, once you start pulling on that thread with Chelsea, we have conversations that
There's
have been.
lots of them.
I mean, there's a lot of them, and again, there was like almost 200 or 100 something episodes dedicated to it in the last 2 seasons. So like I don't really want to, because as we said in the previous episode, your team has done, they've turned it around as far as in comparing with with previous performances. So, but in terms of Arsenal, I don't know, there's just something about the team that's going really well right now, and I just hope there's no more injuries, because it's that will definitely kill us, to be fair. Yeah. And that's the problem as well. At the same time, as much as I like to commend them, it's at the same time it's like, well, we are quite fragile when you actually look at the squad depth of Chelsea and Man City. Do you know what I mean? So, and even Liverpool, to be fair, and even Liverpool, they've got decent players to come off the bench. So it's sometimes that worries me. And once we get to the situations, where it's like, oh my god, it's 1-0 to the opposition. What the hell do we do? Like, I don't want to do that anymore. Like, let's just forget that. Okay, it's old news now. It's boring. Let's just move on. Do you know what I mean? Defend well. Please don't let them score. But yeah, I just, even with, like I said, even with the captain missing, they've kept it together, and obviously, players like Havertz and Saka have just really stepped up.
Havertz really has stepped up for you. Like, he's been amazing for you guys. What was I going to say as well, though? I think that focusing on the depth for you guys, it's really important. January transfer window coming up, because if you're thereabouts again, you really you really need to start investing on 2-3 players possibly to bring them in, because if you plan on going far in all the competitions and deep into each competition, you're going to need players, because games, once it gets into around December, you're looking at every 2 weeks. And do you remember we spoke about this year? So it was like 10 days or 20 days and they've played 9 games. You think, how is that even possible? How have you played 9 games in the space of 20 days or 25 days? It's incredible. So, but you're doing very well. One thing I'm still a little bit like, obviously I don't want to put a downer on it, but negative. I just think more of you should not really be conceding against these teams. So like teams that have come up from the Prem, and they were close. So I did lie, actually. Apologies, it's come to me now. They hit the post, didn't they? Where there was a shot against
the crossbar, against the crossbar.
And then they hit the crossbar straight after. Because I didn't see this. I was listening to this on the radio, and they said, "Oh, they've hit the post," but it was a deflection, and it hit the post. It led to a corner. Oh, they've hit the crossbar. And I was like, an inch either way, then it's 2-2 or 2-1 or whatever the result was at the time. So I think, because we spoke last episode where we said defense wins your championships. I think you start need to get some clean sheets under you. Because I can't speak as a Chelsea fan, because we seem to leak goals as if it's like a balloon with holes. But for you guys trying to get the top and win the Prem, I think against teams like Ipswich, Southampton, these teams that have come up from the Championship, you really need to have some clean sheets. So I didn't see the goal. I don't know if there was a silly mistake. I don't know if there was
it wasn't
concentration or what led to you because you were losing 1-0, weren't you? You were down.
It was like it was sort of caught a little bit on the wrong foot. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't so much a mistake. It was a good movement from Southampton. Like, I think it was Archer who scored, I believe it was.
The young boy,
Yeah, so it was good movement, and it was. I wouldn't say silly mistake. It was just a bit of a lapse. It's like, don't get too complacent. Like you said, these are the teams that you need to keep, or that you have the higher chance of keeping clean sheets against. So this is like I said, this is where it comes in. Because we started Jesus and Sterling, and the thing is with Sterling, he is a good player when he comes off the bench, because again, he's still got a bit of speed about him, he's still got a bit of movement about him. So again, at that late stage, he's perfect to come on. 70, 75 minutes, something like that, he's perfect to come on. But starting Sterling, it's you kind of see why the previous 2 Chelsea managers didn't really want to start him. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. And you can get to see that. Jesus, he's been lacking in confidence, ever since the World Cup, really, since he got injured that time. He was doing really well, World Cup, injured, and then boom, he's been out for a long time. So those two players, I think those were the sort of mistakes, and then the change happened. All the actual player, Trossard, Martinelli came on, and then boom, everything changed. Havertz started, doing Havertz things, and then Saka obviously found himself in a lot of space. And it was good. It was, again, with the players that we have right now. This is it. And you asked me the question last week whether if we don't win anything this season, does that mean Arteta should go? Then I just think we've got really good players. We've got really good players, and January has always been our downfall. And again, there's many episodes where I've said January is apparently Arteta just doesn't function after New Year's. What do they do in Spain? What do they do in Spain? So we're Albanian. We have a good time during New Year's and shit. But damn, this guy just forgets it. It's like, oh, it's February already. What do you mean? What happened to January?
I was really surprised about Raheem Sterling making the move over. I don't even know why you guys got him. I suppose as a super sub, like you say, 75, 80th minute, 70th minute, around that time.
Depth, man.
But that's not enough time to rest a Martinelli or Trossard who's played 30 games or 25 games up to Christmas. Every 15-minute rest is not enough. They kind of need a week where they don't play a particular game so that they can have the rest. Because remember, what was it last year? You had Saka who played 96 games or 63 games or whatever, however many, something ridiculous. He started every game and played every game. So I was shocked when you guys said Sterling. I was like, oh, go, good riddance. I loved Sterling at the beginning when Thomas Tuchel came in. There was a bit of media. Maybe I got caught into the hype. But every time I started watching games, I was like, what is this guy doing? And I said it before in a previous episode where I said he's just come for a retirement. He's from London. He still wants to make 350,000 a week, be near his family rather than be in Manchester. But yeah, for me, I was surprised. I was surprised you got what's his name, Sterling. But then again, I was surprised you bought Kai Havertz, and look at him now. I think what's he got, 9 goals and 7 assists or 16 goals and 7 assists since February or something I don't know, whatever the stat is, but a positive stat basically. A stat that he's been doing really, really well. Got another quality goal at the weekend. I did see the goal because on social media and so on, I did see that goal. But I think you're there or thereabouts. January is going to be important, making sure everyone stays injury free. You could be thereabouts. You've still got to play some of the big boys, so-called big boys.
Yeah. Yeah. There's still a long time ago. Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's pointless even having that conversation.
I'm interested more from my team's perspective to see how we feature against you, because last year we got slapped about. I think, what was it, 5-0, and we got beat at your ground last year.
Yeah.
So I think let's see where we're at this year. If it's a draw,
it's a good. Well, there you go. It's a good measuring stick, and like you said, in the previous pod, where if you start off against a Man City, you kind of know where you need to be. Yeah. In relation to the best team, so it's like I said, it's too early to have that conversation. But it's always fun to speculate, isn't it? In terms of how that end's going to happen. So, but good goals all around, to be fair. And like you said, Havertz, Martinelli's got a great goal. Saka crossed it in. It was an incredible run. It was right at the back post where Martinelli just literally stuck a leg out, slipped it past Ramsdale. Great goal. Really enjoyed that. I thought it was offside. Because I don't celebrate goals anymore because
that's it, bro.
What is the point?
Yeah, what is the point?
So and obviously Saka just ran in after Trossard and boom, made it 3. So yeah, it was positive. It was really good, but it could have been better. Keep the clean sheet. Finish 2-0. Doesn't matter. Just keep the clean sheet. Keep yourself occupied. In between scoring that goal and then sort of the end of the match. Just keep yourself occupied. Don't just sleep, basically.
But what was the formation all about? Because you had Partey at right back, didn't you? Was that more like to give you what was going on there? Did you not have any right backs? What's wrong with Timber? What's wrong with what's his name? The Asian boy,
Tomiyasu. So Tomiyasu was on the bench, and I'm not sure why he didn't start. But again, he's coming back from an injury, so I don't think. Obviously, I think Arteta didn't want to put him on straight away, and especially in a game where it looked like we could struggle, do you know what I mean, because of that 1-0 being 1-0 up. So it didn't really want to force him in. But Partey right back, because Timber's got a bit of an injury, nothing too serious, just a bit of a knock, and they didn't want to test it. It's like, okay, let's just test your hamstring right now. No, so he's doing that, and Ben White's obviously he's had a bit of an injury as well, so he's missed out the last couple of games.
Yeah, I saw him being in the stands. Like I think that's another thing. Ben White was in the stands watching, which I was surprised because he doesn't really like football unless it's his job and playing. I was surprised that he was there supporting the boys, but that's good to see, I guess.
Has to be still at work, bro. Still at work, bro. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. Work is work.
This is what you get paid for match days, bro.
You better turn up.
Exactly. Doesn't matter where. You better be there when the camera goes to. Oh, Ben White was meant to be sat here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that's where maybe some of the players gone a bit wrong because of Ben White not being on the right hand side. You know, just sort of players adapting. But like I said, overall, all in all, I enjoyed it. It was good, and just obviously we got international break now, so.
Boring, right?
God damn it! God, no, I don't watch it. I don't watch it. No, I don't watch it, man.
Like, neither do I. I don't watch it. I was talking to somebody at work about it. I was like, I don't care. He's like, oh, but get to watching. I really don't care.
Don't give a shit.
I really don't care.
Can I be honest? Right? I think for me, after the Euros, after watching England and been following England like throughout every single match, even in friendlies, I got so bored and so like fell out of love with international football because of Gareth Southgate, right? Because of the way that he plays. Because it's frustrating to like know what's been done wrong and still nothing changes. And I don't want to live through that. I'm done with that. So screw international breaks unless it's a World Cup or a Euros qualifier.
No point.
It's important. I don't care about no nation.
It's not even worth it, is it? Nothing.
Should be cancelled.
National leagues or something.
It should be scrapped.
I agree with you 100%.
But yeah, I mean. Obviously, with your team, I caught some of the highlights. I love the little fight, the little scrap that went on.
I loved it too because it needed to happen. It needed to happen. So you remember previous episodes? This episode's been previous episodes. It was noted, but the challenge by Nico Williams wasn't necessary. You know, like Cucurella was shoulder barged the other boy. I can't remember what his name was while they was running to get the ball at the bar line. He got in front of Nico Williams. Nico Williams took a leg. He knew exactly what he was doing, tripping him up at high pace. So he went over, took the manager out. What I liked was Colwell showing a bit of heart and going over to Nico Williams and saying kind of like, excuse the language, listen, but you don't fucking mess about now. We're not that Chelsea team where we're pushovers and we don't know what's happening. We've got 400 million people in the dressing room and we've had to get all of East London and West London. And,
did he say that like all at the same time? Like,
I was lip reading. That
was brilliant, bro. That's a great speech that he delivered. Hey, Colwell.
No, that's what I do now and again. But yes, I enjoyed the fact that he got up there and he stuck up for his mate. What I also liked was Cole Palmer sitting down and being like, let me just watch this. I don't know if you saw that bit. I was like, this guy just steals headlines. If it's not for his football, he's just like, nah, fuck this. Let me just rest. And he just
he did well that match. He was like, why do I need to get involved? Like, let someone else get involved.
To be fair, he's built like a stick, really. So he's built like flipping what are they called? The on Men in Black, where he's like, Jay, what are they? You know,
the little stick crickets, the crickets.
Thank you. Yeah, the crickets. It's like Jay. That's literally all I can see in Cole Palmer trying to fight. Like, hey guys, break it up. Like, move us up.
He did the right thing.
That needed to happen. I was glad that it happened. What I'm not glad about is the fact that Cucurella got a yellow card, so he'll miss Liverpool. Wesley Fofana's going to miss Liverpool, so those two from our starting 11 for the Prem. But overall, as a performance, he was good. The result was a fair result because I don't know if you saw both keepers had to make saves. We had to make saves later on.
Sanchez was really good near the end. He kept it.
Very good, yeah. That header as well. What a save, by the way. You know,
he did fantastic. He did fantastic for sure.
But what I'm disappointed at, one thing I'm disappointed at, because Mudryk had a decent game as he came on. The run from one end of the pitch to the other end with his pace and then whipped a great cross in with his left foot. And the other guy, what's his name? Nkunku couldn't finish. Because now if he finishes that, we're going to be talking about what an assist by Mudryk, his pace.
We can still talk about it, but like, you know, there's no real payoff.
There's nothing else to it, exactly. That's it. Because and I was a bit disappointed with Nkunku trying to flick the ball to the far post instead of like heading it straight on to change the direction from the way it came. Because keepers, all of the momentum is going to push him to the other side. You just go against the way that keeper's moving, i.e. push the head of the ball back in the direction it came from. But I enjoyed it. First half was a bit boring. First half was a bit bland, I think. Don't think we had a shot on target till the 41st minute when Enzo Fernandez had a shot. But then second half we got a little bit more. Cole Palmer was getting on the ball more. Jadon Sancho was playing a little bit more. Madueke was frustrating me sometimes, but then he did okay a couple of times, like with a bit of trickery, a bit of movement, got himself a goal.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's scored a few goals every now and again. He's popping up doing that.
Yeah, he's doing that, but then he gets to the byline and there's not enough people in the box. So if there is people in the box, doesn't seem to want to use his right foot to cross in. So Jackson was in a couple of positions demanding the ball. One thing I'm not liking a little bit for my team now is a bit of the greediness that they're showing, which is great, by the way. It's good in the sense, but I'm just not liking because there's a player always in a better position.
Yeah.
And I revert back to that team in Germany 2010 when they beat England in South Africa. They were just passing the ball to the player that was in the best position and had the highest chance of scoring. I remember, and that's the kind of level of football that I want from my team as well. That sort of unselfishness. The team comes first, not me. Forget Cole Palmer getting 20 goals this year. Can Chelsea score 60 goals this year? Can Chelsea do this? Can Chelsea do this? And that's the only criticism that I have a little bit. But overall, it's night and day from where we were last year to this year. It's night and day. We're playing attacking football, possession, we're controlling it. We're dropping the wingers into the midfield. We're dropping the left back in midfield. That Zinchenko role that we spoke so much about an episode on season 2, sorry. And
that guy, sorry, real quick, right? Zinchenko isn't even that good, and yet he's still got a role named after him. Like, do you know what I mean?
I don't know whether how we've been referring to it.
Sorry,
I don't know if anybody else does it.
No, but that's fine though, because I talk to you. I don't talk to
anybody else to do it. Yeah, fair point. But the thing is with Zinchenko, he always plays in midfield, and realistically, when you're attacking, you don't really need 4 people at the back, and there is no point having your wingers go up because your left back and your right back, because that's what the wingers are there for. So where's the rest of the space being occupied?
You're going to fill that midfield.
You're going to move them around, so overload the midfield. And for me, I enjoyed that. But again, it's something that we're doing okay. We're still not firing on all cylinders. It's a little bit of consistency, so we're not getting beat, but we're very close to could if it wasn't for Sanchez. I like Palmer's little trick as well, by the way, the little flick around, try to do a Dennis Bergkamp, but kind of more like flick it around and go the other side. I really thought he was going to score the first time, then I really, really thought he was going to score the second time, and he did it. And this is why I'm not angry, because it's a fair result, really, because no team deserved to lose that game, but realistically, no team deserved to win it neither. If I'm being not as a fan, but as a football fan rather than a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
As a Chelsea fan, fuck him, man. Why didn't we win that game?
Yeah, we should have won that game, man.
Yeah, but no, overall, I'm impressed. Enzo's doing all right. Caicedo's still a little bit
I'm still not impressed. Which Enzo are you talking about, by the way? Because I'm not impressed with one of them.
The manager and the player. The player Enzo's is still not as. The thing is, both of the problem with the Chelsea lads is we're going to judge them over £100 million price tag. And that's the thing.
And then we're going to judge him over 60 plus Premier League matches as well.
No, exactly. But Premier League matches. I'm scrapping everything from last year. Transition season.
So transition season does not work. Does not count for you.
This is transition season 4th season transitioning, whatever.
So this is you're going from the BC and AD. You're going from the BC and AD days.
Yeah, that's it. But I don't understand is why is he captain? I don't understand why he's captain, first of all. And second of all, he does 5-yard passes okay, but he's not spreading the ball. At that one time when we spoke, when we had Kai Havertz in our team, I was like, oh, Enzo's spreading like a quarterback. We're like, oh, we're impressed with Enzo. I don't know why. I don't know what's happened, because we were saying, oh, play him higher up. But who's he going to drop to play Enzo higher up? And then the other problem we have is Caicedo is a bit rash in his challenges.
Oh, yeah.
And it's crazy free kicks here and there.
Another not good buy.
Another good buy, a buy that you think oh wow, we got ourselves a quality player here. We should have just kept N'Golo Kante, just offered him whatever he wanted. How much do you want, mate? I want 100 million. I want 1 million a week. Right? Can you just do one season on 500 a week? And then we can do that. Do you know what I mean? Save money. We spent 112 on this guy. But no,
still would have been cheaper. Yeah, still would have been cheaper.
Much cheaper.
Yeah, 100%.
But. I'm hopeful that he can do something, but not really, because he's always giving fouls away. He seems a little bit slow. It's been
too long now. I think it's been too long now for that change to happen, to be honest.
By next season, he'll probably get sold. I know he's 100 million. I think we'll probably cut our losses if Todd Bowley can find something else in the Chelsea ground to sell. Stadium or a car park or something else that he's
something. Someone's apartment.
Someone's apartment. You know what I mean? I think something will happen, and I've got a feeling that we'll probably sell him as well. I think summer or January. Yeah, they'll probably both look to go because they're not the kind of players who can dictate midfield and for you to win a league. And you need midfields who are going to dictate the game. I look at your guys, Declan Rice, Partey, Odegaard, get on the ball easy, pass it and move it. City winning it 4 times in a row. De Bruyne, Gundogan, Rodri, by the way. Do you know what I mean? And the people slot into that trio. For us, we don't really have anybody.
Fuck that guy. That guy's injured, bro, because now he's not relevant no more.
No,
fuck that guy. This season is like Rodri. Who? That's right. He's injured. But anyway,
Rodri, right? There's a Chelsea fan as well. Like we're like Reece James, who the guy was out like we expected him to come back on the 16th.
Are you comparing the impact that Rodri has on the Man City team to the impact that Reece James has on Chelsea?
James does have an impact on the Chelsea as a captain. He's
yes. I tell you what the impact is. Shit, we need to find another right back. Them executives and them transfer gurus are working real hard behind the scenes, bro.
Trying to find Reece James
constantly.
No, I agree with you on that in terms of being injury prone and stuff. But something
injury prone. It's more like he's healthy prone. What are you talking about?
He is. When he's good, he's very good. But he's been looking.
You're still on that. Do you want to come up with some more metaphors? Let it go, man. Let it go. You're like an old guy with like 2 strands of hair. Just let it go already. Just let it go.
Just shave it already. Well, which angle? If I'm getting it, what angle?
It's on a 45-degree angle. Just don't, watch your ear. But I'm just saying, like, you gotta let that go, bro. Like, I don't even think the thing is for all Chelsea fans. Really, I think it's just healthy. No, I think it's just healthy at this point now. Like realistically.
Realistically, I can't see him walking into the team. By the way,
you let him go now, innit?
Yeah. But
sorry, pal.
It's difficult.
You had potential, but it's football.
But I think it depends on some fans. Maybe you went on this one, but like Ozil, when you had Ozil, he was fantastic. And the season he drops, you're like, oh, but maybe he'll come good next year. Maybe you didn't, but they had some fun. And same with Trent. Yeah. Trent had a good season. And we was like, the best right back in the world when they won the Champions League and beat Barca and he did that clever chord or whatever he did. That season for Trent was the best season. Of course, but you hold on to it.
No, I'm saying one season is the sort of maximum you'd give a player. Like, for example, Jurriën Timber, he played the first game last season or whatever it was, got injured, and everyone was like, "Oh, fucking hell!" Obviously, we were disappointed, but we were like, you know what? Let's give him at least this season to prove himself. But if he gets injured again with the same thing and he's out for a long time, by the beginning of next season, they say, well, no, can't really help you.
I hear what you're saying.
Whereas James has been like that for 2-3 seasons, bro. He's been
like that. I think with James though as well, because he's an academy player, the Chelsea board and Todd and whoever else is out there, they're probably thinking like, how can we milk this? Can we get him back to fitness? Can we get him playing to the point where we can probably cash in 50 million, 60 million? The season that when he was everybody, the memes were coming round. Reece James had a 50, 60 million price tag on him.
Wait. Sorry, just hold on. Let me just think for a second.
Oh, right. I thought you were going somewhere.
No, hold on. Let me just think for a second, right? You're not suggesting that Todd Bowley or anyone associated with Chelsea is still holding out for 50 million for Reece James, right?
Oh, no. I'm saying maybe. Why? Because you said that Jules Timber, if he got injured again, he'll probably leave or to give him one more year. But I was saying it's difficult to do that. Firstly, when they're under contract, if they've got a 5-6 year, or in Chelsea's case, 8-year contract.
Yeah, but no, sorry, I don't mean like actually like physically let him go, as in you let him go, as in don't even discuss him as part of the first team. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be like, when Reece James comes back, that's what
all right, okay. So
you can't let a player go. No, they're under contract. They're under contract.
Like you've injured twice now. Like here's the door.
No, you can't.
It's not the NFL. In America, you can do NFL, NBA. Like you're like, we traded you to where? I don't know, some college team somewhere in the Midwest.
Yeah, you just wake up one day.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. Like let him go. No.
I mean, like, I meant let him go as the idea of the captain of the club.
Yeah, I think that's long gone because we're doing okay. We're not doing great.
My point exactly.
Like he's now, I can't really see him getting ahead of Gusto in the first team. He'll probably play a little bit of like during Carabao Cup, Conference League, and even then he'll probably get 20 minutes towards the end because we've done all right in them as well. We're winning them both. So. No, as a first team player, we hold on as fans to like the glory days and so on. But you're right, to be realistic about it, he comes in, he plays a game, he's injured for 6 months. He plays 20 minutes, he goes off with a hamstring. So either something needs to be done where we just cut all losses, even financially, and say, you know what, mate, you're not for us because we're holding home. Or alternatively, I don't know, he needs to retire or something because it's not fair to him or the get injured every 5 minutes. He literally plays 5 minutes. He's injured for 6 months.
Yeah. He's literally the highest paid athlete when you're talking about per minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Per minute, he is the highest paid athlete of all time ever.
But he's the highest at Chelsea for 100%. He's the highest earner at Chelsea.
Talk about minutes played and compare it to every other athlete in the world.
Like seconds, like thousands every second or something.
Yeah.
But
it's incredible. It really is incredible.
Like on a real talk, like I genuinely don't know what his injury is still, because I know he came back. We had what do we have? We had the American tour of preseason. And then he was like, Reece James is injured. And I was like, well, that's okay. He'll be back by mid-September because his red card means he can't play.
Fool!
And we're like, it's October. We're like, what the hell's going on? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he saw something on Instagram or something he'd posted. No, somebody or Chelsea trying to advertise our captain is back. You know, and I understand that's media duties and so on. And I was like, how long for, bro? Like, if he is back, how long for? And if anything, like...
You are leaving yourself open to trolling, by the way. Like, it's... Then call are on fire.
Who's he going to play? Like, what position is he going to... I know he's a right back, but who's getting dropped? Because the team's doing okay. Who do you drop? Apart from maybe a goal scorer, where you can't drop anybody. So, but anyway, like overall though, like to quickly recap on Chelsea, happy with how we're doing. I would have loved the 3 points, but realistically speaking, it was a fair result. The keepers were fantastic. Yeah. Both sets of keepers. And
it was a keeper's match, wasn't it, really?
It was a keeper's match, yeah. And do you know another thing as well? When you play against these teams, like we talked about Southampton with you guys, you've got to remember not to be complacent. You guys, maybe were a little bit complacent, conceded 1-0. We were complacent. We went 1-0 because we probably thought we beat Wolves 6-2. We beat Brighton 4-2. Nottingham Forest, we'll walk through these.
You got to adapt.
You're just going to keep that mentality. Be like, I don't care who is in front of me. I'm going to give my 100%. Doesn't matter if it's Real Madrid or if it's Nottingham Forest or Southampton. You go in to win every game. You're a professional footballer. Psych yourself up however you need to do to get psyched up ready for this match, for this opponent in front of you, not opponent Brentford, opponent Nottingham Forest, opponent Barca, just an opponent. Yeah. Go past them, go win the game, beat. Nothing else. And that felt a little bit, that's what we lacked. First half, we lacked that a lot. We were just like a bit iffy, wishy, whatever the saying is, like a bit of like, a little flick here, a little 5 yards pass. And I was like, come on, bro, like just fucking go score a goal now. Stop pissing about.
Yeah. Finish the game, or at least, like you said, get a couple of goals and be a bit more comfortable. And yes, you can play with that. That's fine, but not when it's 0-0 or 1-0 down in this case.
Exactly.
So, you know. But obviously, got a bit of a break with the red card, James Ward-Prowse.
That was silly. There was a bad touch, but that was silly. Like, he shouldn't have gone down. Jackson had a long way to go. And knowing Jackson's record, sometimes he scores, sometimes he doesn't score. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but it was the panic of, shit, I'm the last defender and he's going to get past me here, so I have to take him down.
That's what I mean. Like, let him get past you. Like, literally let him get past you. For me, when he was at the halfway line, I understand if it's near the edge of the D, right? I have to take him out.
Good point.
But at the halfway line, he went down. It was literally in front of the Chelsea dugout. He went down and then grabbed it in front of the dugout. And if you look at the Chelsea's dugout is bang on in the middle, and the away teams is a little bit more to the left.
Yeah,
because I just realized that this year I was like, is that us directly in the middle? Because normally the referee's directly in the middle where the halfway line is. Yeah. Chelsea's dugout is directly in the middle, as if somebody got a millimeters and we're like, a little bit to the left or the right. No, this is perfect. And I'm like, unnecessary. But nevertheless, going back to James Ward-Prowse, he shouldn't have done that on the halfway line. Excuse me.
Give it a bit more time. Because, like I said, it is Jackson. But look, it's something you should get told. It's like, when Jackson runs past you, don't just go crazy like that. But then again, it's something that, again, lesson learned for next time, where, like you said, he's not exactly the best goal scorer, so chances are that will just go over somewhere. And like
Jackson is a hit and miss, bro. Like, he scored goals against West Ham and you're like, oh, great finish, composure, lads, composure. And then the next game you're like, how's he not just scored? Like, what?
Yeah, why did he do that?
And this is the thing why some of my friends at work were like, Chelsea is in the title race. I was like, if we had 5 games consistently winning and performing really well, I'd be like, yeah, we're in the title race with the rest of the big boys. We win 1 game, then we go we were 1-0 down to Nottingham Forest at home. Do you know what I mean? We're very hit and miss. We're very hit and
right
miss.
Right now, yeah.
And that's why we're nowhere near time. I'll be happy with top 4 right now.
It's I mean, yeah, of course.
100%.
Considering where you were last year, I mean, again, I mean, it's not. Yeah, so and the performances will definitely reflect that. But like you said, it's a long season, so let's just see what happens. And you've got enough players to cover positions, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. But do you have anything else you want to add on Chelsea?
Nothing else to add on Chelsea.
I just want to talk about a guy who really can't score, and I don't know if you saw this on Match of the Day or anything like that. It's Adama Traore. I did see this on Match of the Day. I
saw him when he beat Kyle Walker, and I was like, how is this boy so quick? And it goes back to what we said before, like if you can't finish, you just look silly because you can do all the good work and if you can't finish it. But you know what I really liked about that? At the end, I don't know if you saw, Pep Guardiola spent a couple of minutes telling him how to improve his finishing. And
I think we were talking to Gary. Did he really?
No. So they were saying like at the end of the game, because Pep Guardiola is very good at this. And something I like Pep about. I liked him the moment he did it to Redmond. You remember Redmond for Southampton?
Mm-hmm.
Nathan Redmond.
Yeah.
They were playing, and I think Southampton were really like defense, and then Raheem Sterling scored a goal 1-0, so they went back top of the league against Liverpool in that year for the title. And at the end of the game, he was saying to Redmond, "What are you doing? Like you're an explosive player." Like okay, along those lines, because he was very much hand gestures. But kind of make out saying, "Why are you not running with the ball? Why are you not attacking?" But you kept defending. And I felt the same this time. He was saying to Adama Traore, when you get there, turn your body slightly. Don't turn it too much, because then you give the idea to the keeper you're going to do it. But if you turn it, you can still hit it this way, or you can hit it that way. Keep your eyes on the keeper. And I really, really enjoyed that about Pep, because he's not like my team this and you can just continue. He's like,
he's a coach. He's a player's coach.
That's it. He's a coach. He's a coach, and he's a football fan. At the end of the day, he's a football fan as well.
Yeah,
but let me ask you.
Hang on.
Do you think, speak quickly on Pep, and then we'll come back to like awful misses for the week. Do you think Pep is going to sign another year, or do you think he's going to leave this year? Because there's been a lot of talk about possibly he might not renew his contract.
Yeah, there was something at the end of last season where it said, 2025, that's when he's due his contract, but chances are that he won't sign. I don't think, if he doesn't win anything this year, like in Premier League or Champions League, I think he probably will, because he'll kind of be like, well, maybe the writing's on the wall. Finish on a high, but maybe the writing's on the wall now. It's like, right, okay, my time is probably coming to an end, so let's not.
Right, okay, so if he doesn't win, he'll probably leave. Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, actually leave.
Going the other way, yeah.
No, actually leave. Because, he's won everything. What does he need to prove any more than he already has? Like, what does he want to just go in for, like, 5 Champions Leagues as a manager so you can be the best European? Do you know what I mean? Like, there's not much that he can actually do right now.
And motivates him.
Yeah, and to be fair,
where would he go if he doesn't go there? If he leaves City, where's he going? He's done Bayern, so he's done Germany.
Yeah, international.
Who with? This is the thing. He's not going to go to Spain, realistically speaking, because he's from Barcelona and the Catalan and so on and so forth.
There's only one country.
There is only one country. Let's flirt with that idea.
Yeah, Albania would be
absolutely.
Sick.
That's the one that I was thinking of as well.
So, of course.
Sylvania's going to step down. Pep Guardiola would do wonders with Armando Broja. We take him back on loan.
100%. Yeah, you take him back on loan, then you sell him, and then you'll actually sell him. Yeah, then you sell him again. But no, I think it's a good question, because where does he go? And maybe Barcelona would probably be the sort of the best shout,
a home return,
purely because he's probably the only one who will demand the respect from the board enough for him to let him crack on with the team and let him build that team like he did Man City. Do you know what I mean? Because he built Man City.
He built Man City, but I think
I know they had some players, but he built them. So
I agree with that. I think what he'll like, I think he's the type of manager who wants to go where there's finances. Fair enough now with financial fair play and so on. Barcelona always seem to struggle every year. With their players, either paying their players or signing players, registering them on time, all this other BS. And I don't think Barcelona will probably get him, because they've got that Hans Flick. Is it Hans Flick? Hansi Flick, and he's doing okay. They're top of the league.
Yeah.
Barcelona keep winning. They're winning games, so they're doing all right. I think there's a chance he could go to England. If he leaves, he'll go international, maybe manage England, because he knows most of the players. He knows the players who plays in the league. Now, you saying Albania, bro. That's what you say. I'm joking.
But no, I think that just makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously not going to be another English club. There's not an Italian club that has enough money to sort of accommodate what Pep wants. Spain's the same, unless it's Real Madrid, which is never going to go to Real Madrid because then he'll just get shot. Germany, again, unless it's Bayern Munich, but what's the point? Because, like you said, he's already done that. He's not going to go to Dortmund.
He's not going to PSG, really. Let's be real about it. He's not going to the Farmers League to win, where PSG are winning every year, unless they pay him a crazy amount of money for him to win the Champions League. But I think for me, if he goes to an international team, and he wins, like let's say England, because England realistically is the only one. Because Germany, they've just got a new contract. Martinez is at Portugal. He's got a new contract and he's doing okay. France are not going to get rid of Didier Deschamps. Spain, we've spoken, he's not going to do it because he's from Barcelona. So that only does really leave England. If he takes over England and he wins the World Cup, for me, he'll be hands down the best manager in the world and the best coach. Reason because we've always said that.
You don't need to explain it, bro.
We've always done it. That first Champions League, we've always said Messi won it. That Barca team, Messi.
Yeah.
He went to Bayern, where Bayern were winning everything. And Bayern, if anything, that wasn't a great season for him at Bayern. Personally, I think because they won the treble the year before.
Yeah.
Year before he took over, Bayern won everything.
Yeah.
And then he did
2013, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And then came to City. City were winning titles. Fair, granted, not to this level, but they were winners as well. And he's always gone to the teams that he can spend the most money. He doesn't like a player. He's granted. I give him 100%. Great coach, brought players up. But if he goes to England,
he knows what he's doing, doesn't he? Yeah.
He will be hands down. And I don't think any manager from club level, where they've won everything at club level, said, "Nah, do you know what? Let me go and win the World Cup or the European Championship." Because that for me would be like.
Yeah, I mean, he's already, in my eyes, he is the best manager of all time. But like you said, that would definitely cement any doubters, or shut down any doubters, because it's the ultimate. But I think international. But then again, there's a lot of rumors, obviously, like as we've sort of touched on in other episodes, about Man City and charges and stuff like that. So that could definitely have something to do with his departure. And if that's the case, then obviously he's doing the right thing. He's jumping ship. It doesn't really matter. At that point, it's like, okay, well, now I need to find a job rather than, not need to, because it doesn't actually need to standard, but it's more like, okay, I didn't really want to leave Man City. I'm still willing to go on and trying to win stuff, but because of obviously what's going on there, I need to find another club now. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you just leave City anywhere, it's like, I'm going to semi-retire. It's like, all right, cool.
Well, here's another question for you and the listeners, and obviously I can only hear your answer. The listeners, maybe they can text it in or WhatsApp it or whatever. Do you think if any of the charges hold, do you think that will tarnish any of his achievements?
No.
If the rest have stuck to it, and obviously he hasn't.
No, because I think the players that he brought in. Well, however, this is the problem now, isn't it? Because the players that he brought in, yes, they're amazing, but how were they brought in? And that's the ultimate question, right? But for me, no, I don't think it'll tarnish his reputation.
No. I mean, his achievements. So obviously, he won it four in a row. He won the treble. He did this, and you're like, wait, hold on a minute. There's 115 charges here. He brought. When other players were sticking and only buying £20 million players, he went and paid 90 million for Guardiola or somebody. And you think, like, hold up, like flipping it. Like, where did he just pull 90 million from? Like, how? Because Man City, you look at Man City ground, half the time it's empty, bro. Like, most of it, like, I think they're having to start to paint the seats light blue so that it looks full.
Yeah, I think, look, man, it's that's the whole point. You can't just step into a place or a club and just be like, we're going to have history now. We say, well, no, you're not going to have history. Like that's not how it works.
Yeah,
that's what they did. They bought history, and unfortunately, if the charges come to light, which again, I'm sorry, but there's 115. There's absolutely no way you're telling me that at least one of them is not going to stick. Do you know what I mean? It's just.
Did you see his team of lawyers? Yeah. Have you seen the meme of the lawyers when the chairman walks out with like every nationality of lawyers everywhere behind him? Look, I thought it was a squad at first. I thought like, oh, Man City dresser. I was like, wait, who's the Asian guy? Who did they sign? And then you realize it's like lawyers all. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's a solicitor entourage. So I think if none of them stick, then there's definitely some even worse going on, which is even worse. Do you know what I mean? Than what Man City are doing. But so I think that there was one thing, like just whilst we're on Man City, there was one thing that they did sort of win in terms of court-wise, which was something called the associated party transactions, where it's basically, for example, like Chelsea had the hotel, they bought the hotel or sold the hotel to the club or something like that. So it's like, so that's what City won that, and the accusation was that it's like, well, where you can't just be like, we're going to use this sponsor, but the actual sponsor is associated with,
the chairman,
with the owner of the club. And it's like, well, that just inflates everything, because it's like for this £50 million sponsor, for example, that's normally, it's like you give in 500 million. So how does that work out? Do you know what I mean? So that's the associated party transaction, because it's like, well, it's the owner's money. He can literally set the price to whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is that there's only 3-4 clubs that can actually do that. So my problem is, again, I haven't gone too deep into this to like know what the final result was, because I think it is still ongoing. But with APT, it's like, well, there's 3-4 teams that can do that, and the rest of the teams is like, well, all right, we'll just have to settle for second and third. You know what I mean? If City are to win, I'm like, well, how is that even possible? How is that even a question of them winning? Do you know what I mean? How is that even? They need to lose that straight away, because if they win that sets a precedent for the rest of the team, like a PSG. Do you know what I mean? Like a Newcastle. Shit, we're just going to have Man City and Newcastle, and then the rest of the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be so. I'm hoping the final verdict hasn't been reached, but if it has and they've won, it's like,
I think they'll probably win it. I think money will talk. I think there's going to be corruption here. Yeah, there's going to be enough corruption here. Because no matter how much money you've got, you can always be bribed on something else. Because these Arab states are just, I don't know if I spoke to you last week. I was talking to somebody at work about it. I said, these guys are making like 4 million a day, man. Like from the oil and stuff, it's like 4 million a day, if not more, was being made every day.
That's probably conservative, isn't it? That's probably conservative.
Yeah, like being conservative, probably what's declared. Yeah, realistically, it's crazy. But now, for me, I do think a little bit, maybe some people, for me, I think he's a great coach. Don't get me wrong. I put him up there with the best. I put him there with Klopp. I put him there with early years Mourinho. Mourinho's gone a little bit out of touch, but if you're thinking of the greatest of all time, you've got to consider them all. Sir Alex, Ancelotti, all these great managers. But if he does what I said to you, one thing I was mentioning is if the 115 charges stick to it, I do think it will tarnish the achievements a little bit, because like you said, if a state can sponsor themselves 500 million when Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, Brighton can only get 12 million, 15 million from a little Samsung sponsor, where do you think that 500 million is going to get invested into? It's not, infrastructure, players. All of a sudden, you have the best of everything.
It inflates the books. It skews the numbers, and it doesn't make any sense when you consider the lack of history of Man City and the ticket sales and the sponsorships. And look, the thing is, even though they're winning, they're still not getting the best viewerships. It's always Arsenal or Man United or Liverpool that are getting the most viewerships.
But these are the historic. These are the historic.
That's
teams.
It. That's what people want to see.
Like Arsenal. What was Arsenal won the league 13 times?
Yeah, 13 times. Yeah,
13 times you've won the league. So obviously it goes before that. Granted, you haven't won it for a very long time, but your fan base has already been built. And maybe in 50 years time.
From history, that's right, yeah.
But in 50 years' time, if City continue on this trajectory, they will outpass Arsenal in terms of fan base. They'll outpass Chelsea. They'll outpass Villa and Nottingham Forest, because our generation will be much older and everybody will City in Holland.
With an asterisk at the end of it. If these, if nothing happens with these charges, it's like, yes, they won, but how? Do you know what I mean? If you're going to ask that question, it's like, that's not really a win, is it?
The history books will never say anything.
Oh, yeah, of course not. Of course not.
Because
they'll write it themselves. But look, a little conversation outside of that, wasn't it? But outside of football.
But listen, we can bring it back to City. Like, they really struggled at the weekend.
They did.
They played Fulham, and we talked about they were struggling. But
that's it. I mean, we're talking about Adama Traore and the fact that he missed 3 times and one-on-one with the keeper. And it's like, how are you making Ederson look so good? Do you know what I mean? He's a good keeper, but how are you making him look like peak Buffon? Do you know what I mean? It's like it's crazy the misses that he had and the opportunities. It's like, dude, that's what you need to concentrate on. Like, you're coaching, yeah? That's what you need to be coached at. Not you running. Forget your gym, forget your dumbbells. Yeah, forget your dumbbells, bro. None of that, because he just tore past Walker, and I was like, wow.
Man, that really impressed me. That sprint, I was really like,
he ran through him.
He ran through him. He gave him a 5-yard head start as well. Yeah, on Carl Walker, and he still beat him. And you think like, wow.
He peaked at 22 miles an hour. By the way, that's on the match here. 22 miles an hour he peaked at, because I was watching it.
Yeah,
literally, yeah. That's what he peaked at. That's crazy. 22 miles an hour. That is literally a school zone. He would get a ticket in a school zone.
He'll get a ticket in London, because down here we've got 20 mile an hour prices.
100%.
Speed limits. It's crazy. No, he was incredible. He was incredible.
Carbon dioxide from your.
But listen, don't we just think that how vulnerable Man City look without Rodri?
Yeah, no.
And Haaland quiet again. Another week where Haaland is quiet.
I love it. I think my FPL does the opposite of what I wanted to do, so hence why I'm just.
Don't even talk to me about FPL.
I'm just left
I put Walker in. I put Palmer in, and I captained him. He got me nothing, and then I took Saka out, and he got 3 assists and a goal, or 2 assists and a goal, and you think to yourself like, "Fuck's sake, bro! Like, what the hell?" My team this week. I look at my team. Apart from Jared Bowen in double digits,
you did all right though. You did all right. Like, when you compare it to everyone else, like it did start off well, but you actually did all right by the way.
I looked at it there, and I saw like 12 minutes, and I thought 12 points. I was like, fuck this is shit. I was hoping Ray was going to get me some points with a clean sheet, but he didn't. Got me nothing.
Nothing. Yeah, it was bad.
Palmer. I had him captain. He got me 8 points or 10 points because
that was just because he was playing.
Yeah, he was playing, and the assist. I think he assisted, and then all of a sudden he went and got a yellow card. So it was minus 2 points down to 8. I was like, this is just a week to be forgotten, mate.
Yeah.
Watkins did nothing against United, but listen, did you other game? What did you think of United Villa?
The most fascinating part of that match was seeing all the Man United board literally looking like the Avengers, ready to like tear him a new one.
To tear into Ten Hag.
Yeah, 100%. And I honestly, it baffles me like how he still has a job.
Yeah,
like I sit here now when having a conversation with you, and it baffles me how he still has a job. It is incredible.
He spent a lot of money though. Last year he was saying, it's not my team, need my players. And
did he spend more than any other teams?
Yeah. No, they spent a lot of money, bro. That Odegaard, they got from PSG.
Yeah, Ugarte or something like that.
The right back, I forgot the name of the right back, the Moroccan or the Algerian footballer. Mazraoui there.
Moroccan, isn't it? Yeah.
Zeki or whatever his name is.
Zeki. Xerxes, you mean the Persian king, Xerxes the First? Yeah. That's him. Xerxes the First. That's the guy. That guy. Yeah.
Nothing.
What a name.
The year before, then obviously he got 80 Anthony, 67 to 70 million for flipping Højlund. All these footballers, there's players there.
Isn't it 90 million for Højlund?
Was it 90? No, it was 90 for Anthony.
Sure.
90 for Anthony and 80 something million for Højlund. But then Marcus Rashford looks a shadow of himself. The flipping, all the players. And what was it when they were losing at Porto? Who does he bring on? He's relying on his old guard of Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire to get a goal.
Hey, don't be dissing on my guy Harry Mag.
No, I'm not dissing on him, but I'm dissing on man like Ten Hag.
Yeah, for sure.
What are you doing? And I'm with you. Right. I don't know how he's still on a job. Like, I know they got a draw, but really, when the board is there, they needed to see a victory there. Because game beat 3-0 by Spurs, and then going to conceding another 3 goals. By the way, forget the win and losses. In 2 games, they conceded 6 goals. 3 at Porto, 3 at home to Spurs.
Yeah,
and I think the week before that they conceded something ridiculous 3 as well. Or Liverpool beat them. What did Liverpool beat them by at home? Was it 3-0 as well?
I think it was 3-0, 3-1, something like that.
Something crazy, right?
Don't make me go back. You're going to make me go back. I'm going to have to go back, I'm afraid.
But like, you think to yourself, like, I don't know what it is. I don't have the figures in front of me. My phone's over there, so I won't be able to.
So Tottenham beaten 3. 3 at Porto. And then obviously just draws before that. Literally draws before that. Liverpool 3, So yeah, so again, they
it's
are
just, and
conceding
this
a
is
lot
the
of
thing,
goals.
they're leaking too many goals in,
Yeah.
and for me, you've got to point the finger at the manager now, because what's going on here? I know everybody's blaming Casemiro, individual players, and he comes out and so on, but listen, like, you've got to blame the manager now. Casemiro, a year ago, he was like, oh, he's our saviour, he's from Real Madrid. All of a sudden now he's turned shit. Like, come on, bro.
That's
like, what's happened to that player? Like,
and you got rid of the best player in the world as well. Oh, one of the best players in the world, sorry. You got rid of him because of your stupidity, and look where it's got you now.
Ego. That's all it was. You don't get rid of one of the best in the world when you've got an ego. And look, another thing, look at Sancho. He had a problem with Sancho. Sancho's getting assists for Chelsea.
Yeah. Sancho's doing well. Yeah, we said this last week.
You know what I mean? But 100%. No, for me, I don't know how he's in a job. Long may it continue, can I just add?
Oh, I don't know how he's in a job. For sure. But at the same time, it's like, you know, what is the overall plan? Or maybe that's the problem. Maybe there isn't a plan for Man United. Maybe that's it now. It's like, okay, we'll just have to wait. We have to see this guy out and then just see who pops up between now and the end of the season. Because, you know, whatever he's trying to do, you know, now, like you said, you can't really blame it anymore on players because you brought in everyone that you wanted.
Yeah.
The players that you thought are going to be good enough. Again, we're talking about players that were good in an Ajax team in 2019. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Can we just point that out for a second?
No, definitely.
Literally, these players were good in 2019, 2020. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. It's like and for me, that would have been a red flag. An executive of Man United, that would have been a massive, massive red flag. After the third Ajax player, you know, you'd be like, can I just ask you a question, please, Eric? Do you not have any other friends who will find you players from elsewhere in the world? It's incredible how they just let that continue, and the ideas have just dried out. Like that's it. There is no more ideas.
Man. There isn't any ideas anymore. It's just gone. It's just gone. And
well, welcome back, listeners. And you wouldn't think that we have been doing this for a very long time now, and for literally over 100 episodes, and we still have issues with our microphones.
Amateur hour.
I'm a massive amateur hour, actually, because we spent an hour, and the listeners are going to be like, why did his voice just change? No, voice did not change. The microphone source did. And I was set up, everyone. I was set up. I was framed.
Was not set up.
I was framed, and it's, you know,
this guy.
It is what it is. But no, that's so. Yeah, what we were talking about Ten Hag and how it's been allowed to carry on for so long. Do you know what I mean? And I'm just repeating that bit so people can hear it better now over the microphone.
Now, for me, I don't know how Man United feel, but I thought now there's no point for loyalty. What's it been? 3 seasons? Yeah, I understand what he's. I think the only reason he's in a job though, they beat City in the FA Cup, and then he won Carabao Cup against Newcastle the year before, or something along those lines. Man United are for FA Cup and Carabao Cups. Man United are for Champions League, deep into the Champions League competition. Yeah. Man United have, it's a historic, it's the biggest team in England.
Yeah,
it's literally, with history and what they've done, thanks to Sir Alex, they are the biggest team in England.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you.
And that's why they've got the huge stadium, the biggest in England again, and so on. So now, and also it's a good advert for the Premier League if Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, these top teams that have been in the past decades anyway, since we've been growing up and since we've started watching Prem, if they're constantly competing for the top 4. And you know, what a kick in the teeth of the rest of Europe if they win. Man U win the Europa League, Chelsea win the Conference League, an English team wins Arsenal, City, whoever wins the Champions League, you're like, all of the English teams have won all the European competitions. Can we get a 5th spot now? And then, even more teams that fight for the top 5 and so on. It's just, it's a wonderful advert.
We do have the spots, don't we? We've got Villa and Forest.
We do. Well, exactly. We've got them who've won it. But I mean, if you win it consistently, your league ends up getting an extra spot. So instead of top 4 go Champions League, top 5 go Champions League, and then so on and so forth, because your league is so powerful and so strong. So it's just something that for me that I really want to see Man United. As a football fan, I want to see Man United compete again. As a Chelsea fan, fuck them.
No, I agree, and it's not even about the Man United thing or anything like that. It's just bad coaching, and you can't help but notice that, and it has to be pointed out. And I've been pointing that out for a very long time, as you well know. And I was never convinced by Ten Hag from the beginning, and again, I have made that known as well. And And the same can be said about our good friend Ange Postecoglou.
Yeah, I'm glad you linked that in. I don't know what I was watching it. I was like, you know what, sweet.
Okay, before you give me your opinions, right? Can we just have a moment of Larry appreciation post, right? Purely because
yeah, course mate,
yeah. Because what did I say from the moment Ange started? What did I say?
Right. I remember you said it. He always wins in his second season.
I did never, ever say that. Do you know what I mean? And you will not tell people about that Ange Postecoglou t-shirt either, by the way. Like, no, what did I say? I said to you, and I said to everyone who listens.
That is what you said. He wins.
He wins in his second season, and I am glad to be wrong. But yeah, I think. I've made my point. Anyway. My point has been made. My point has been made. It doesn't matter, and he is.
Listen, he is.
He was never the guy, and the fact that he came in with his whole mate and all this stuff is like, nah.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't mind him in the news conference, in the interviews and so on, when he's giving the press conference and interviews. What I don't like about him is similar to Ten Hag, is his lack of ability and his ego being so big to the fact that he won't change tactically. And I go back to last year where Chelsea beat them 4-0, 5-1, whatever it was, when they had 2 players sent off.
Yeah,
he still played a very high line. And I'm like, why? Like, is there no... That, to me, as a manager, shows how, like, you are one-dimensional thinking. It's just like, I'm just my way or the highway, and you can't adapt. Why is there nothing wrong with you asking your players to drop back a little bit more? You're winning 2-0 away to Brighton. Brighton is a very good team. It's no Brighton. Yeah. It's not a team that have just come up from the Prem. No disrespect to the teams that have. They've been consistently good for a while
Absolutely,
now.
Yeah.
And the new guy's been really good. They gave you guys a good game at the Emirates. Yeah. They gave us a good game, scored 2 against us, and they're clinical. You've 2-0 up. Like, what are you doing? At least close shop a little bit, or don't play such expansive way of playing and such a high line.
Yeah,
just show a little bit. I tell your players,
stop letting Johnson run up and down the pitch. Bring him back a little bit.
Fucking stay where he is, bro. Like, and also you give your players like a bit of backbone to kind of hold other people accountable. You're winning 2-0 away from home. Hold people accountable. Tell them to make a run. If they're tired, tell them to go get subbed off. Fake an injury just so you can get subbed off if you're tired. And that's the problem that I have with Ange. That's the problem I have with Ten Hag. They're very much in their own way, their own just like my way or the highway. And I think before they said like, well, we're not going to change, mate. Win or lose, we're going to play this way. And I was like, you've just literally told every Premier League manager to be like, don't worry about changing your tactics. This is how we play.
Yeah, this is how we play. We're not going to change it.
Just continue with this. We're not going to change ours. So you don't need to do too much homework. Just watch one game of ours and then just crack on. I was like, it's just stupid. It's naive. It's stupid. And I feel sorry for Spurs fans when you've got a manager like that who's talking. Because if I was at Chelsea, I'll be calling for his head.
Yeah. It's very stubborn, and it's not a good quality for managers, to be honest, because it's the quickest way to lose a job, and I think it should really be a coin toss between Ten Hag and Postecoglou. I'll be honest with you, but at the same time, if Postecoglou leaves Tottenham or he gets sacked, who in the right mind will ever want that job? Like, seriously, who's going to want that job? And who's going to want that job badly enough to like make a fool out of themselves on TV and be like, yes, we're going to win a trophy? You're not going to win. You're not.
Can I tell you something?
Let's just stop.
I was listening to it on the radio and somebody said, what happened to that game? Bear in mind, I left it at 2-0, right? I caught a little glimpse. I left it at 2-0 on the radio.
I watched the whole thing, by the way, so go on. I want to hear your reaction.
On the radio, they were like, what just happened? I was Talk Sport listening to it. And they was like, how do you even explain that apart from Spursy? And now I thought 2-2, right? I thought 2-2, like they dropped. I did not know that they got beat 3-2.
The Spurgeon syndrome, bro. The Spurgeon syndrome. That is still a thing. It is still around. You have to be aware of it. And I hope that all your teams catch it. But genuinely, the Spurgeon syndrome is hilarious. I know you shouldn't laugh at illnesses, and I apologize for laughing at illness.
No, we won't laugh. You're right. A special place for us.
Yeah, exactly.
But did you see that Anthony Joshua as well? After he took a picture of the rooster at Tottenham Stadium, he lost all of his titles.
I am so happy because another human being that I cannot stand is Anthony Joshua. genuinely one of the most overrated people or boxers that I've ever seen. Genuinely,
I like that at the beginning. I really liked him when he first came into the scene. He was a bit different,
humble,
a bit fresh, humble. But exactly. I think he was fake. It was fake, bro.
Oh, well,
I don't think he was fake. I don't think he was humble at all. I think he was trying to play a character, and then obviously he got tested out very quickly because you saw the true Anthony Joshua, I believe, is the guy who got knocked out by Usyk. And he came on saying, I've been carrying the heavyweight division and all this. And I was like, whoa, who is this guy? And I think that's his true colours. But I found that hilarious when he got beat the other day. And obviously the pictures circulated in social media of him at the Tottenham Stadium. I was like, wow.
It's like, yes, mate, that's where you belong, at the top of the cock, my friend. Do you know what I'm saying? But
love it.
But no, I genuinely, like with Tottenham, it's not even fun to watch them anymore.
Nah.
And I know not many people do anyway, but like it's just, when it's the only football match on, it's like it's just on in the background. But then you're like, they're winning 2-0. Oh, and I said it to the group, didn't I? I was like, it's not funny if they're winning. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah, nothing funny about it. Yeah,
and that changed really, really quickly. So it was funny to watch. And Welbeck the guy. Welbinho, Welbinho as
he's known in the streets.
Absolutely, the streets will remember us as Welbinho. But yeah, it's funny to watch, and again, we say this all the time, but long may it reign and continue. And Postecoglou, I will send you some chocolates, my friend, if you just stay at Tottenham for a little bit longer.
Yeah, but, absolutely, I agree. But let's go through the. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Do you want to get the fixtures up?
I've got the fixtures up. Yeah.
Excellent. Right. Okay. Let me get the predictions up. Okay. So let's start from the top. We got Palace Liverpool. I had a 3-1 Liverpool. I
don't have the fixtures up. Where's my fixtures gone? Oh. All right. Sorry, I've got fixtures, not results. Here we go. My bad.
Palace Liverpool. I had 3-1 Liverpool. You had a 2-2. And final score?
0-1.
0-1 to Liverpool. Right, okay. Arsenal Southampton, I had 4-0, you had 5-0.
Yeah, we all know how that ended.
Yeah, that's good.
We both had high hopes for a clean sheet. I had it more for my FPL. You obviously for your team, but nevertheless. Yeah. What about Brentford Wolves? Because this looks like it was game of the week.
No, well, we've got game of the week coming up soon and game of the day as well, so we'll get to that. Brentford Wolves, I had 2-2, you had 3-1 Brentford.
5-3 Brentford.
That was definitely a
goals galore
match. I can't believe. Yeah. Anyway,
I think that was the match of the day first one, wasn't it? That was a match of the day first.
Yeah.
And then
I'm going to put game of the week because that was generally the game of the week. And then we had Leicester Bournemouth. I had 0-0. You had 1-1.
1-0 Leicester.
1-0 Leicester. God damn, we haven't got anyone. Man City
I'm so glad we're not gambling men.
I know, genuinely. Yeah. Our wives will thank us.
We are wrong. What did you go for?
2-2. I had that as game of the week. You had 2-1 Man City.
3-2.
And it was an interesting game. It was quite a decent game. I wouldn't, it was second in match of the day, so it has to be good, right?
Yes.
I get half a point for that, I guess. No, I'm just kidding. West Ham Ipswich. I had 1-0 Ipswich. You had 2-1 West Ham.
Yeah, that was a decent one. West Ham 4-1.
4-1. God damn it.
4-1.
Right, okay.
I was really disappointed by this one. Everton Newcastle.
2-1 I had Newcastle. You had 3-2 Everton, and you had that as your game of the day.
I had that as my game of the day, yeah. But it's pointless. It's just like 0-0 boring game.
Yeah, it was. It was by the end, wasn't it? Yeah, they sort of cancelled each other out in a way. Villa Man United, I had 3-2 Man U, you had 3-1 Villa. Again, very wrong.
Both wrong.
Very wrong. Wow. Okay. And Chelsea Nottingham Forest, I had 3-0 Chelsea, you had 3-1 Chelsea.
1-1.
Another wrong one. Another wrong one. Yeah.
Another one.
Wrong one. Okay, cool. I love it. And then we had Brighton Spurs. I had 2-1 Spurs, you had 1-1. And I'm glad that we were both wrong for that. So interesting for sure. But
what we've learned from this is we are awful at predicting.
Oh, God, we are
trying
shocking.
to predict the games.
Yeah, oh God, yeah.
We really can't predict it for it to save our lives. But I'm really impressed with what Brentford are doing, by the way. Can we just give them a shout out? They're scoring early goals.
Thomas Frank,
they're leaking some goals, don't get me wrong. But that Umbuemo, he seems to be scoring every game. I think he's third in the top scorers list in the UK currently.
I don't want to put him in my FPL because I know he'll stop scoring, so I'm just going to let him crack on for a little bit longer.
Exact same thought when it came, like, before I did my team on before 11:30 on the Saturday. I was like, should I put this guy in and get rid of Solanke? I was like, no, because he'll probably stop scoring and watch Solanke will bang a brace in today.
He just didn't.
He just
did not do that at all. Was Solanke playing? I don't even know about it.
Taking Salah out. Salah's done nothing for me for the past 3 weeks. He's got me probably 4 points, 6 points.
Him off. Yeah, your Salah is my Haaland. Do you know what I mean?
You'll take him off. He'll get bang a hat trick in you the next week.
Yeah, and 3 assists as well. It's like what?
Maybe not next week. Maybe not next game because they're playing Chelsea. Maybe the game after.
Yeah. Okay, I'll put him on after
Liverpool.
that.
They'll play Liverpool the game after.
I'll put him after that. Okay.
But very quickly, then, what have you been watching? Have you been watching anything? Because last time you said you've been watching something interesting.
Oh, what? I have been. I actually have been catching up on the new the Frasier reboot. Not the reboot. The new release of it, the new season.
I don't know.
It's been good. I mean, it's because obviously I just love the original series of Frasier, and for me, it's like I know it's shit. Genuinely, I just know it's shit. But I just love watching that character. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I followed him for like 11 years.
I remember the program. It used to be on Channel 4, didn't it?
Yeah. It still is, by the way.
It still is.
9 o'clock. Sometimes it goes to 7:30. Sometimes it goes to 7. I'm like,
what is it?
All right, okay. What do I watch this morning then? Excuse me.
No, I used to like it when it goes, Daphne.
Wow.
Daphne.
Yeah. No, I've been watching that, and I watched. I can't remember what else I was watching. I'll tell you next time. I can't even. Yeah, I need to go back through my.
To be fair, we've not watched anything decent. Like I don't know, which we've been busy with. So on, like trying to watch something is no time, bro. Like
exactly.
We're just exhausted
as well. It's even worse
because
you've got kids. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, like when you said should we jump on this, I was like, I can't do that time, bro. I've got to do bedtimes. I've got a bed routine, the brush teeth, read stories. That kind of stuff.
The thing is, for me, the later it is, the better it is for me, mate.
Yeah,
okay, again, for you've got kids, so I don't have kids.
Yeah, no, around 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30 is probably the best times for me.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine for me. Okay, cool. Well, do we have anything else to add, by the way?
I've got nothing else to add, mate, now. Are we going to do one during the week because it's international break, or should we do one probably Friday?
We can have some F1 talk. Talk about what's going on in F1.
Talk, absolutely, because my team is winning again.
Exactly. So
I don't even know why, by the way. What the hell just happened? How did Verstappen turn so bad?
And we will answer that on the next episode.
Love it. Leave it on a cliffhanger.
Thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you on the next one. Until then, Rick.
Good night from me, mate.
And a good night from me.